Siri, play Snooze by SZA. One of the most boringest seasons I've ever seen. We're going to be doing a summation of vital points from episodes 1 through 3 I watched so you didn't have to. Stay tuned.
I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Alright, welcome to another episode of Haire. We are discussing Love is Blind Season 8. I didn't even know they got that many seasons already. So first things first, so the way I'm going to break this video up so I can keep y'all attention is we're just going to talk about the characters that are important, because even the characters that you know aren't going to be main character, or at least for now, the first 3 episodes, I did the raisin approach. Like I picked the raisins off the cookie and I'm going to leave the rest of it. Thank you guys for so much of your support. Definitely run up the views for The Gorge. I really liked reviewing that. I had a great time. So let's get into the first important couple. Spoiler alert. So Joey and Monica. So Joey and Monica are the only couple out of all 3 of these 3 episodes that made it through. I'll spend the next 5 minutes talking about them. Basically Joey is like, he's like a Josh. Like everybody has a Joey or a Josh friend. They end up connecting. I have on here, I hate his voice. Okay, yeah. So his voice sounds like, what does it say? I have on here, I need him to blow his nose. Like, I was like, what is this? What is going on? I have on here that he needs to blow his nose. Like, just all. But he seems like a sweetheart. Monica is also amazing as well. So they end up saying yes. He ends up proposing to her. So they meet with each other, and like their encounter, they seemed very much, they gave me twin flames. Like they didn't give me there's something about them like didn't give me romance. Like, you know, all good romances start as a friendship, but they gave me twin flames. Like, you ever have somebody where you feel like this person's like your soul mate, but they're not your one true love? You know, think of I was gonna say Edward Cullen versus Jacob, but I was like, that's not the same. But anyways, but yeah, like it definitely gives twin flame. Like even when they kissed, like it was just very much like a, I'm not saying they have to like full on kiss. It doesn't do with like their personality either, but like I don't know. I did like the fact that she's wearing heels and he has that height to him. I think she's like a couple of inches under him or whatever. She wore the my man might be taller than me heels. I know what she did. I'm an Amazon as well. I know what time it is. But yeah, I did like the fact that I can tell they genuinely liked each other. Like I like seeing that, because a lot of the time in the back of my head I'd be like, are they actors? Like I always do in the back of my head, it's like, are these actors? They actually like that other person? But yeah, I figured I would highlight them since they're the only couple so far out of these 3 episodes that said yes. So they're one of the very first couples. I wish them the best. The only thing I can see being a problem down the line is that I think maybe, and I could be reaching, we'll have to see later on, but there's something about Joey that he's hiding. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him. I feel like there's something about him that he's hiding. Like I don't know how to put it into words, but my intuition is saying that Joey is hiding something. And I feel like Monica also, I feel like she may not fully be ready to get married. I don't know, but I wish them the best. I really hope they say yes at the altar, because like I said, sometimes like having a good friend, why not be friends first, you know? But I didn't get romance from them. I definitely twin flames. If you guys know what twin flames are, basically like it's the same theory of like, you know, every person is born with that true person they're supposed to be with, but with twin flames, like it's literally they're instead of it being like a boy, girl, or whatever, like the spirit is exactly the same. So a twin flame, it's like you guys make really good friends, but you're just not meant to be in a romance. You don't have enough, I would say you don't have enough chemistry, because there's been plenty of people in my past who I can sit there and say like, damn, like this person, I thought this was my person, or blah, blah, but it's just the chemistry was just not there. Like chemistry is very, very big. So we're gonna go on to the next relevant couples. But yeah, you guys let me know below what you think about if Joey and Monica. Maybe I'm reaching. Hey, I'm easily corrected. Maybe I'm reaching, but I don't think they're gonna say yes. But I hope they do because friendship is good. The next couple or whatever trifecta is gonna be David and Lauren and Molly. So David needs to be kicked off the show because the first thing he said was to Lauren. He said, how old are you? And I was like, and he was like, she was like, oh, I'm 30. He said, oh, you're 30, so you're no longer attracted. Like he was basically saying it like ironically, but me personally, this is the red flag we're talking about. Like this isn't flag football. Do not collect the red flags. I feel like David needs to go home and realize how many options he really has. He needs to do that. Okay. Because to me, for you to come in there like that, saying, why are you here? And like, I just feel like he truly needs to make that, I'm trying to describe it, like he truly needs to make that decision on whether or not he's ready to get married, because like I said, most women that you're going to be talking to are going to be in their 30s. So this is also too that I don't like as well is the fact that he is 32. So it's just like, oh, so she would have came in there and said, oh, you're 32, which means your bleep don't work no more. You wouldn't have liked that, would you? Okay. So I have on here, he was describing himself. He said that he's a typical white dude, had a great childhood until his mom unfortunately had cancer, which, like I said, like a mom wound will always supersede any type of therapy. Like you need your mama. Okay. But you know, like he really wants to, try and get married. Cause like I said, he had good examples of what a good marriage would look like with his parents. So I really hope the best for him. Because like I said, as much as I don't like David, like to lose your mom, like that's a different type of hurt. So the other one he's connected with is Molly. I call her Molly Pocket because like she looks like a character from a book. Like she's got this red hair and like the bangs, like just how she converses herself. I have on here that she says, I want my first boyfriend to be my first husband. Wait, hold on. Wait, no. So I want my husband to be my first boyfriend. But basically she's not here to play games essentially. So I thought that was really cute. But they started getting, a little bit to second base a little bit too quicker because they're like, oh, what type of kisser are you? And I was just like, I know they're editing for hours, so we can only tell. But but Molly comes in there, she's fun, hi, makes them laugh, feels comfortable. If I could say, Alexa, turn off timer. Alexa, turn off timer. These kids don't listen nowadays. If I could say out of both of them, I would say he deserves neither. He deserves a therapist. Actually, the therapist didn't even deserve him. But if I could say out of both, which one I want him to go with, either Lauren or Molly, I would say Lauren is going to keep him on his toes a little bit more. I feel like Molly's just trying to say all the right things, be jokey. He said, because he was basically saying how with both, he was saying how like, I just feel so comfortable. I just feel so comfortable with you. And, I just feel so comfortable with you. I don't feel like I have to really work hard to have a conversation. Like, I just really feel like our chemistry is just so high. And I was just like, I hear you. Okay. I was like, I hear you, but I hear you, but I'm also kind of like, this doesn't make any sense. Like this is also, I also have on here, it's like, I hear you, but when you're thinking of a long-term partner, when you're thinking of your person, this has got to be someone who is not just going to be, this is just not gonna be someone who's just gonna be here for you to have fun. You're gonna have to be able to talk, and David did mention that his last relationship ended in infidelity, and then Lauren's getting scared because she feels like he's gonna choose somebody else because he did I won't say embellish, but he did say to Molly, oh, I feel like you're my person, or blah blah, and Molly's just like, oh, I have a boyfriend. Like basically she's like making her claim, which women we can be messy like that. But Molly said she used to be a former side chick, like the person that she was messing with was married, like David and Molly both talked like that. talk to each other and open up. But me personally, if I could choose for David between Lauren and Molly, I would definitely say Lauren, because I feel like Molly's gonna be the type of person that she's gonna let stuff bottle inside and not address anything because she wants to be the fun girlfriend. She doesn't want to put pressure on him. Okay, the next couple, the only black couple on the show, I have on here, what is his name? Darren? What do I have his name on here? 1 second, y'all. Denon. I don't know. I'm gonna put a picture, but so Denon has two connections. He got connected with Brittany and Virginia. So Devin. I have on here. Devin is pretty much like he's into sports. He's like into sports, and then he's basketball type. And then his two options are Brittany. Brittany is also into sports. She was a basketball coach. And then we have Virginia, who she is a doctor. I have her down as Dr. Virginia, because say it with your chest. So she was a former dancer, like I think for the basketball or something. I moved because my legs are getting tired. I have to sit on my legs to do this video. But yeah, so in these two cases, Brittany grew up very sheltered. You know, she wasn't allowed to listen to anything outside of gospel music, basically no secular music. So, you know, she's ready. She's bright, bubbly, very extroverted, very high spirits. And then we have Virginia, who's like more the cool, calm, collected. She's always dated a certain particular type. And I was like, I'm assuming she's talking about basketball players, because you was a basketball dancer. And then she says she usually dates like the self-centered guys, and that she never dated a nice guy before. So if I could choose for them, because Devin seems like he has a good head on his shoulder, I feel like he's truly ready to settle down. If I could choose for them, I would choose Brittany. Like, yes, Virginia's like cool, calm, collected, because, you know, opposites attract, but something about human nature, when we first get something the first time, we mess it up. We mess it up, all right? We mess it up because Virginia's like, I've never dated a nice guy before. I was like, oh, that means you're going to mess it up, because you've never dated a nice guy before. So to me, it makes perfect sense for you to mess it up. Like, you've never had a nice guy before. I feel like Brittany has very similar things to him, similar interests to him. So, you know, Devin has a type B too. So that's why it's like, people are quick to say, oh, opposites attract. Like, Devin's more sporty and Virginia's more like, you know, like more like she doesn't want to do all the sports, whatever. But I don't know. I'm a big proponent towards truly having similar interests. Like, a lot of people always think that, you know, long marriage is because y'all have like opposites attract. I was like, I know, but having similar interests is very important. Like, it's even important in like down to parenting style. Like, sometimes like a lot of relationships break because they have different parenting style, you know. So it's very important to have some level of interest, because I can say, like, I've never really dated my opposite before. I've dated someone who's like maybe a little bit more introverted than me, but most of the time underlying we're the same person, because I want to be able to make a joke and you to be ha 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 he ha ha, and then when you make a joke, I would like to also ha he ha ha, you know. So I don't know. There's something about that that's a little scary about them being complete opposites. I have on here Virginia's red flag. Now with Darren, I have on here that I don't have much about Darren. Darren? It's either Devin or Darren. I don't know. I can't understand my own cursive writing. But I like the fact that like really with their relationship, everything else is boring, but I like the fact that like the questions are really, really good questions. You know, he's like, oh, so how do you feel about this? And he was really holding Virginia's feet to the fire about the questioning, which, like I said, like, I just feel like chemistry wise, he has a lot more chemistry with Brittany, but sometimes when you're very similar, it's going to be easy for you to argue as well, because everybody argue with themselves. I argue with myself all the time. I had a whole argument about how I was going to wear my hair today, okay, with myself. So it's just, I don't know. I'm always nervous to start getting attached to a couple, because then like they start revealing, like it's like there's like different levels of Love is Blind. It's like the first week we love them, the second week we start finding out that library book they didn't turn in from 2nd grade. One of y'all sleuths, or what do they call them? One of y'all people are gonna find this. So I don't know. I think that's also another thing as well. And then two, with Virginia saying that she is a doctor, I don't know what time she would have to truly put towards a relationship. So final, I guess, square. Would it be a square? So we're going to be introducing Alex, Mason, Madison, Megan. That's a lot of letters. It's a big word for Elmo. So basically, we have the two guys. We have Alex and Mason. And then we have the two girls, Madison and Megan. So let's start with Alex. First of all, Alex is very mature. He's asking a lot of good questions. I think I owe him an apology. I actually do owe him an apology because I feel like he just has such a baby face. I wasn't expecting it. But after Alex let it be known, because I was afraid, because Alex let it be known that his parents basically cut him off, and he had to basically live on his own and figure it out. And I feel like that truly does something for you. Like I tell you guys all the time that I moved out when I was 17, not because my parents kicked me out. Haitian parents will never kick you out. They rather keep you at home so they can torture you. So I left there and went to USF at the age of 17, and it does something to you. Like it does something to your psyche. Like you get to get more mature than everybody else, quicker. So I truly feel like there's that level. Like, and then on top of that, he says there's been plenty of times where in the past he has dated someone who has an avoidant attachment style, and that's when we're gonna introduce Miss Madison. Madison has one of the prettiest set of tattoos I've ever seen in my life. Like they're all nicely like placed. So Madison's story is that she comes from two-parent household that was, heavily involved in pills. So there's a lot of times where she reached out and she couldn't make that connection. If you guys want me to break it down psychologically about avoidant attachment style, we can't have a separate video for that. So avoidant attachment style is when during the developmental years in childhood, I know, that starts with every sentence from ages 5 to 8 when they're at the most annoying is when you should be pouring them the most. So during this time, if a child reaches out emotionally or physically out for their parent, it has to be their parent. It cannot be a filler. It has to be their actual parent. It can't be an auntie, can't be an uncle. It has to be their actual parent who gave birth to them. If they reach out to their parents emotionally between 5 and 8 and their parents are either not there or they don't make a move to actually make that connection with them, they have a tendency to just become avoidant. So avoidant is basically someone who can easily, ain't nothing to cut that bit off. That's someone who has avoidant attachment style. It's very easy for them to leave at the first sign of conflict. So Alex said that Madison is like that. So Madison has another connection, which is Mason. And so Mason, I like Mason for him. First of all, he looked like Buddy from Got a Secret, Can You Keep It? This one to the grave. Oh, Pretty Little Liars. So he looks like that dude from I had to sing that out. Because I was like, what is going on? What is that? From Pretty Little Liars. He looks like him. So basically, I feel like she has a connection with him, but I don't think Mason can truly get to that level with Madison, because as soon as she starts showing her red flags, which she has a lot, she starts talking about second base. She'll be like, oh, because he was like, oh, what type of Halloween costume you have? And she was like, what type of one do you want? Like, she could have easily did something cute and be like, oh, I was a pumpkin when I was in 3rd grade. Like, keep it innocent. But I can tell, me personally, I feel like she's purposely trying to distract him with physicality, so I feel like that was her way of basically like, okay, well, I don't know how to distract him, so let me try to do what other girls aren't doing, right? And I feel like I really like Mason for her, but I feel like Alex will hold her feet to the fire because he's already doing it now. He'll hold her feet to the fire more. So Mason has a connection with Megan, and so I feel like Megan, I feel like he feels more, I feel like the chemistry is a little bit more natural with Megan. Doesn't feel forced, but I feel like with most men they let the physicality distract them from the person they really connect with. I really want Mason and Megan to get with one getter, But I just don't see it happening because like Madison is providing, like I said, they're in these pods. They have not seen the opposite sex in a while, you know. So if you're gonna be that person that they can come and talk to and be like, oh, so what are you wearing? What did you wear for this or whatever? I would have made up something. I would have been like, oh, I dressed up as a ghost. I used a sheet. I used a pillow sheet, ha ha ha. It would have been a cute story, but for you to purposely say, "Oh, well, I was wearing this and I was wearing that," and then it starts getting to a point where it gets to that point, like it's very easy to distract them. But I feel like Alex does not need to be with Madison. She's not done healing yet. All right, so that's my overall take for the first 3 videos. Like, I feel like I did a good job of showing the important stuff because I don't want you guys wasting your time. Like, at one point, I was like, I mean, I thought I had insomnia until I watched this show. I promise you, glasses on, fell asleep with this thing. My glasses are huge. You guys have seen them on the channel. Glasses on, fell asleep. Like, that's how boring it was. Like, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. It was bad. Like, I can say I've watched all 8 seasons of Love is Blind, and this is the most boringest. Like, I would even, honestly, I would have killed for Nick Lachey and Latchkey. What's her name? Vanessa Latchkey. I would have killed for them to come on a show and say something or have a different plot. Oh, instead of 5 weeks, you have to find love in 4 weeks. Yeah, like something, like do some type of twist, because it was boring. I was like, listen, like, I think I might actually go fold laundry. Like, folding laundry would be more interesting than this. Like, it was so boring. And I don't feel bad for me. I feel bad for the editor because I know there was more film. I know there was more film, but stay tuned. I'm going to watch the next 3 episodes and try to get those out to you guys before the new episodes premiere on Friday. But baby, season finale is set for March. Hopefully, let's see what we can uncover till then. Don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire Haire. I can't lose, put you on snooze. Nobody like you do.